this video I just want to tell you about a book which is called The Property of a Noblewoman, which is written by a famous author, DANIELLE. This story tells us about the life of a bank clerk Jean Willery, who is in charge of safe deposit boxes. She's a student, but she also works, and when the jewelry box of the one madam who is already deaf gets in charge on Jane, she just opens this jewelry box and she understands that this safe deposit box is just not only consists of some valuable things like letters, Jane just realizes that this box, safe deposit box, just belongs to an interesting person, to a countess, Margaret Wallace, who just was a very famous figure of her time, who had some of the extraordinary pieces of jewelry of her time. And when she finds this safe deposit box, this jewelry box, she kind of gets intrigued with this person's life, with Margaret's life. Yeah, she finds in the safe deposit box not only some of the extraordinary pieces of jewelry, but also letters that were written to a daughter, not to a lover, not to a man she loved, for example, but to a daughter. And she wants to know why were these letters written, what aim was hidden in them, in those letters, and she just gets in contact with the auction house, which were the jewelry from, Chrissy, and she just gets in contact with an auctioneer, Philip Lawton, who's in charge of this collection, of this auction that is going to be. And he also find this story interesting, find the story of a count so interesting and so intriguing. And he notices that a surname that is belonged to countess that is deaf is the same surname that his mother Edwina has, Edwina Wallace. And she just knows, Philip just knows that Edwina has also a sister, his mother has also a sister by them, and she has now relatives that were a countess, were baroness, were just noble people. But Edwina, when her son tells her a story of a mysterious count with mysterious jewelry that she had in her safe deposit box, she also gets intrigued with this person's life, and she also asks her older sister if they had a sister, an older sister named Margaret. And her sister was a very close person, was a very serious, very closet, was an introvert, was just serious when this comes to life, with life matters and all those things. But on the contrary of her older sister, Edwina was so funny. She has lots of curiosity toward this world, toward this life, on the contrary of her sister. She just says, no matter what her age is, she's so curious, she's so energetic, she's so full of life, she's funny, she's just... And when Edwina also gets interested in the life of Margaret, she just starts to to learn more about this jewelry, about this, woman. She just wants to know more of her. But her sister, her older sister, says to her that they had a sister who was also named Margaret, who was also but she fell ill and she died. The flu became a reason to her death, and their mother, the mother of Edwina and her sister, never really said about Margaret, never really never really mentioned her, never really wanted to be open about a topic that is linked with her, that is bounded with her. And Edwina started noticing that this is a kind of a strange attitude of their mothers was, and she finds a jewelry box when she finds not only this extraordinary jewelry that Margaret had, but the letters that were written to her daughter with so much sadness and deep thought in them. She just started getting interested with her life, and why was those letters written with so much sadness in them? And in the course of the events, so much sadness in them. In the course of the events, she learned that the person who Margaret wrote those letters to was exactly she. She was the daughter of the Margaret, and Margaret was not their sister, she was her mother. And when Edwina learned that she was not the sister to her older sister and was not the child of the family that she was brought up in, it brings so much sadness in her. She learns that Margaret, her grandparents, didn't allow Margaret, didn't allow her mother to get married with the man that she loved, and Margaret just had to give them her own child for the price of her life, I would say. And it's so very sad, it's so very devastating, knowing that her mother always wrote those letters to her, always with sorrow, was filled with sorrow about her, just broke Margaret, but broke Edwina. But it's so stolen from her, knowing that her mother was a great figure of her time, just devastated Margaret, but it also made her proud of her family, of her mother, and she just always regretted that she didn't see her mother at all. And I recommended this book to all of you with all my heart.